What is good, Cardano fam, ADA gang? We have lots of exciting updates to unpack today. We finally got that highly anticipated DEX Screener integration. The SEC gets slammed and they apologize. Yes, I know it sounds bizarre, but it's true. And lots more. So hit that subscribe, hit that like. Happy 7th anniversary, Cardano. 7 is my favorite number. What's your favorite number, guys? Let me know. Breaking news, Charles Hoskinson will be meeting with the president of Argentina to ensure a successful Cardano Constitutional Convention. Let's check the clip.
So instead of going to the Cardano Summit in Dubai, I will be traveling to Argentina around the same time to be at an event with President Milei.
Very good. Latin America playing a massive role in Cardano, so I'm very excited to see what they're going to cook up. The Cardano Foundation has been in long negotiations with Circle to bring USDC to Cardano. Now, this is an excellent question and answer by Charles, about 3 minutes long. Everything's always linked for you guys. And in short, he doesn't have any philosophy against Tether USDT or Circle USDC. In summary, he sees it as we need to nurture lots of competition, USDM, USDA, and the other stablecoins, and they can come. And he said, quote unquote, aggressive negotiations. So there's negotiations going on with Cardano Foundation and Circle. So we may see USDC come sooner than we think. What do you guys think about USDC and USDT? Personally, I think that they're important, and I would love to see them just natively come over to the network. Why not? And he did emphasize just the concern with power and governance. And to remedy that, that's why we need to have diversity and have a lot of competition, our own native stablecoins, Circle USDC, USDT. And so I love that. I really like that. He sees the value there and just has that concern, the restraint in terms of power. If Circle brings USDC to Cardano, we are ready to support native to native USDC cross-chain transfers between Cardano and 13 other chains. Of course, Wanchain is one of the most OG bridges with tons of routing. In the meantime, did you guys know you can bridge USDC from all these chains to Cardano using their bridge? This was another fresh news. It's time for a new era of NMKR. We are going multi-chain, starting with Solana. However you feel about Solana, at the end of the day, we need to work together. We need to have empathy. Cross-chain interoperability is the future. Yes, NMKR is going multi-chain, says founder Patrick, and we're starting with Solana. In fact, Solana minting is live today. This is a huge step for us, and the decision to go multi-chain was not an easy one. We've been on Cardano since day one, and we've been committed to the success and growth of this incredible chain and community. Cardano is our home, and this will not change. I really like that he put that in bold for the people who think that we're leaving Cardano. But at its core, NMKR is infrastructure. We want to offer our customers the most flexibility, and that includes giving them the option to launch their NFTs on the blockchain of their choice. We believe that NMKR exists to enable other projects. If we can enable them to launch and become successful, then we're doing our job well. And that's what we're focused on. Launching on Solana is only the first step of many. We will be integrating more chains in the future and make NMKR the best minting tool across all chains. I'm beyond excited for this step, and everyone in the team has been working super hard to make this integration a success. Really great to see this, and I think that multi-chain is definitely the future. Why not? More good news, we see this dominating on Twitter, that Kraken denies SEC allegations asserting ADA, ALGO, and many others are not securities. They also said that the SEC has been stepping out of power, overreach, if you will. And it doesn't just stop there. Chief Legal Officer at Ripple, Stuart Alderoty, says, the SEC finally admits that quote-unquote crypto asset security is a made-up term. And two, to prove a quote-unquote crypto asset security is an investment contract, the SEC needs evidence of a bundle of contracts, expectations, and understandings. I think it's time for the SEC to admit it has become a twisted pretzel of contradictions. Don't worry, I updated your logo for you. It kind of looks delicious. I kind of want to take a bite out of that. I don't know though, is this a security also? Like, I really like the work that Ripple has been doing to fight for DeFi, and it's exciting that us guys, Cardano fam, ADA gang, that we have that alliance with them, with the DREC alliance, including Ripple, including the likes of Algorand Foundation. So this is great. It doesn't just stop there. Of course, another CLO at Coinbase, saying that the SEC regrets any confusion it may have invited. That's the SEC's words, and that's straight out of this graphic. By falsely and repeatedly stating that tokens themselves are securities. This is the remarkable representation in footnote 6 of the SEC's amended complaint against Binance. I hope Stuart Alderoty is getting some good sleep. And of course, he was responding to this. So fantastic, but it doesn't just stop there, guys. The Cardano news continues. While other networks are MIA for 3 years, we just have one after the other. Cardano ADA data is now live, yes, on DEX Screener, displaying Saturn Swap data and more DEX integrations to follow. You can check that out for yourself. Very exciting, and I'm really looking forward to the DEX tools integrations. These are low key, but very important. And we can already see on the left side here, Cardano. We can see all DEXs, Saturn Swap. So I imagine we're probably going to see more here, MinSwap, Sunday, whatever else, Splash and whatnot. So this came much sooner than I thought. And I was like, you know what? I'll believe it when I see it. And lo and behold, it is here. Ascent rivals. The community is roaring. The game is fantastic. Spoiler alert, it is a fun game to play. It's not a boring chore. It reminds me of F-Zero, Star Wars Phantom, Pod Racer on N64, Knights of the Old Republic Swoop Racing. It's free. The early access, you can download it, install it. And I like this because they're approaching the blockchain side very kind of low key. They're not putting it in your face. They're just focused on a fun game. And this is fantastic. And they're also doing another playtest coming up. Should be tonight, correct? Yeah, so 7:30 p.m. PST. If that interests you, you guys can download it on Steam. There's no wallet connect. There's no NFT requirement. There's no token requirement. So before we wrap up, very exciting day. I really look forward to the day that we see like USDC and USDT, and Cardano Yoda, speaking of those, also sees the need of Tether and Circle. Says that Cardano has had liquid staking for over 3 years and never had a problem with ADA rewards. Cardano staking is inclusive as it is possible to stake one ADA. It contributes to high decentralization, right? We think about other networks with slashing, super high requirements, intermediaries, and yet we have liquid native staking with no locking periods, giving people a very fluid and juicy user experience. And so I think that for the status quo, for the masses who are used to savings accounts and whatnot, they're going to enjoy the liquid staking. The user experience for me personally, I've staked many different projects from Polkadot to Solana, but Cardano was always the one that was just fast and fluid, and I just really enjoyed the experience personally. So I think the staking, albeit it's, that feature is an old one, it's a very important one. Price has been rallying. If we look at the 7-day, it's kind of up like 10%, 11%. So I think, guys, we're not out of the jitter, the low side, downside volatility just yet. I was talking to Crypto Crow, I was talking to a bunch of others today, and I think that, the FUD is we still have some more FUD left in the reserve. People FUDding Cardano and whatnot. But we will stay focused on the good news, which there's plenty of. We don't really need to engage in the drama. And I think that we look at what we're seeing around the corner. We got Charles visiting the president of Argentina in basically, a month, give or take. We got aggressive negotiations with Cardano Foundation and Circle USDC. We just got DEX Screener integration with more DEXs to follow. We are hearing about DEX tools integration. We see NMKR going multi-chain, already live with Solana. Tons of great dApps, tons of great ecosystems, tons of great bridges and routing different liquidity. So I think, guys, there's many reasons to be bullish. It's easy and cheap and lazy to be bearish right now. Even guys like Alex Becker, who I disagree with most things, is saying guys, why am I babysitting? It's bullish. So at the end of the day, if you notice, I've tried to ask objectively why people are super bearish on Cardano or alts as a whole, and usually it's just moan and groan and complain. I don't really hear objective reasons why they are super bearish. There's no There's no satisfaction to that appetite to the downside. They just keep saying, oh, the price go down. And it's very easy. It's harder to formulate a thesis of being bullish. But again, we just discussed so many exciting projects today that are already live around the corner. And then when we combine that with a high Bitcoin dominance, a low Bitcoin global search, low Bitcoin global search for the United States, the treasury, governance, and especially with Kraken doubling down that Cardano and many others are not a security, and Ripple fighting the good fight for DeFi for us and our alliance with them, there's so many reasons to be bullish. I think that a $5 to $7 is light work, easy mode, and the timing is key. Everything in life, marketing, it's timing. You know, sometimes it's like these bears. It's like you don't launch like a sale. You launch a back to school sale for laptops. Back to school. You don't do it in the middle of winter, right? You do your Christmas sale during winter. You know, timing is everything with marketing, with pricing, with cycles. So I think personally, when we examine the market psychology of consumers and the social things that are not being shown on chain that we looked at, like Google Trends and search queries, I think it's reasonable to think that we'll begin an alt season going into the cold months. Now, I'm not saying that the bull peaks will be right in the cold months, but I'm saying that that momentum that we're looking for alts, we need to have that complete FUD where people think that it's completely donezo. That Ethereum is done, Cardano is done, Polkadot is done. All these are done. Because sometimes people are fixated on 24-hour, 5-minute charts. They don't zoom out to look at trajectory and narrative. And speaking of narrative, we have a fantastic narrative of DeFi and compliance, which is a perfect fit for us as we go into this new year. So whatever way you look at it, there's definitely more reasons to be bullish on a project like Cardano than to be bearish. You know, people will say, oh, it got out of the top 10. But what they won't tell you, it's been like almost 8 years in that top 20, top 15 range, right? So guys, lots of optimistic stuff, lots of amazing updates, and I'm really excited about DEX Screener. What has been exciting you guys the most, and what do you think is gonna, happen with maybe like the president of Argentina? I would love to see some more stuff cooked up, some integration, some biz dev stuff, and especially Circle USDC. I think USDC, USDT, we have to be careful, but I think their integrations will be very important. Hit that subscribe, hit that like. I'll see you in the next Angry Crypto Show.